What's up, geeks? Sorry I'm a little down. I've been binging a lot. TV binging, that is. Woo-woo! Put it in my vein! On this week's show, we're talking about all that stuff. A little Cobra Kai, a little Marvel, a little WandaVision. We're throwing Easter eggs at you. It's a whole bunch of stuff. What makes good binging versus bad binging? You're gonna find out next. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Into Geek podcast. I'm Andrew, joined by Chase.
Hello.
And after an extra week off, Allison is finally back. Let me play her into the show.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
How are we doing today, Allison?
I'm great, fully rested from my 2 weeks of vacation.
She needed
taking care of the toddler.
I think Wonder Woman took it out of her. She needed a whole other
crush my spirit.
a whole other week off.
I was in mourning.
On today's show, we are going to be talking about some Marvel news that happened. And then with WandaVision coming out, we're going to talk to you a little bit about that, our early feelings, some spoilers, some Easter eggs, what we think of the show so far, and what this can mean for future Marvel projects. Then we're going to talk about other binge-worthy television shows. Most notably, Chase and I really like Cobra Kai.
Hiya.
That's the perfect.
And for everyone that wasn't born,
it's a perfect zap.
in the early 80s.
Well, that's not fair. I mean, I think a lot of people watch that show now.
Yeah, it's been number one on Netflix for a while.
I
wish I had one of those things.
I think that's because of the two of you.
I was at work, and some people that are much younger than me were like, "Oh man," they have no idea what Karate Kid is, but they watch Cobra Kai.
They think it's
Do they
Will
really?
Smith or Will Smith kid.
Will Smith kid, yeah, that's his name.
Jaden.
I don't
Jaden
care. That
Smith.
movie sucked. I didn't see it.
How do you know?
How do you know it sucked? I didn't
Because-
see it.
Everybody says
Because it's Chase.
it looked
so
awful.
weird.
It looked awful.
You're great.
It's called The Karate Kid. And I think he learns kung fu.
He
in
does,
it.
yeah. That was my main gripe with it is he learns kung fu.
Doesn't even learn karate. Okay.
It's ridiculous. All right, guys. So we are going to move into. Soon as I find the thing I'm looking for.
Oh, we got special effects.
I know. I'm sorry.
What? Y'all got so fancy in the 2 weeks I was gone.
We didn't have to pay you. We used the money this way.
Oh
Nice.
no! Oh no! I can't find the thingy. I'm trying to find my Marvel news. I tell you what, I'm gonna play us into that.
I feel like action news file.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, Marvel. So the first thing worth talking about is Chris Evans is coming back. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, we really don't know much.
Nope.
We know he's coming back, but
That's not right.
well, that's not right. We know he's coming back, but we don't know what medium he's going to be on. Is it TV? Is it going to be movie?
Well, it
Is
said-
it going to be voice work like in the cartoon show they got coming out?
No,
What if? I mean, it could be. I mean, we really have no clue.
Stop making it sound not awesome.
I want it to be
Honestly,
awesome.
though,
And there
it's
was-
like they had this big send off for him, and then now he's just coming back like it was not
A lot of people were
I'm
pissed
like-
off because they're like, dude gets to be Captain America now. And they're like, no, you don't. Chris Evans is coming back. You don't get to be Captain America.
Yes, I finally got the background right. Okay, so I think that he's coming back. I think he's coming back as Captain America,
right.
but I think he's going to be evil Captain America. I think that he's going to be alternate universe Captain America.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think that's the only way that makes sense because his character had such a good send off. And he had this entire full wheel of arc and plot and everything, and he ended fine. He passed along the torch, the shield, I guess, whatever, and all that was great. And then so to me, it was fine. He was gone. It sucks, but he's gone. So I think if you're going to bring him back, it has to be in a way that for one makes him want to grow
The character.
and also something new for him to do. And I think that him getting to play like a really evil, communist version of himself could be really fun.
It's possible. It's possible they do the scroll thing, and he's kind of like
Ooh, okay.
like a scroll. And I mean, they could do that. It could be in the Nick Fury show that's coming out in 2 years, whatever. I mean,
There was a comic that came out from the Exiles where when Exiles, it was almost like a what if, or whatever kind of, where they went to an alternate universe and Iron Man was actually like in Doctor Doom or whatever, and so like he's wearing the full Doom outfit, and he's got like all these like really. It was cool to see him use his genius for evil, because he had this EMP device that like turned off people's powers, and so every time that they got within like it was like 20 yards of him, he would just like turn it on, and then like nobody had powers around him, whatever. It was great. So I think it'd be cool to have like a whole world where like Tony Stark's the bad guy and like and Captain America is there, except he's also evil and stuff, and so it's like an alternate evil like Avengers. I think that could be like really dope.
I don't know. I don't think
That'd
it's going
be a
to be
lot of
anything
fun,
big
but-
though. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I don't know. I just, to me, I don't know. I said this earlier to Chase. Like, I need to learn to give Marvel the benefit of the doubt.
Okay,
They've earned the benefit of the doubt.
it's true.
I was a little, I guess, put off by the news that Chris Evans was coming back,
Okay,
because they did give him such a good send off. They gave him such like so much closure and a final, like, this is the end of Captain America. We're done. That to bring him back feels cheap. So I'm assuming they'll do it right.
Yeah, it reminds me
they
though.
rarely let me down. So
Like, I mean, everyone gives him this good send off, and he went back in time, and he was with was it Peggy or whatever. But the problem is, it kind of has that Wonder Woman, Chris Pine kind of thing. Like, he only knew her for just a little bit. Like, spent very little time with her, and he was just
who Captain America?
Yeah, they didn't spend that much time.
What are you talking about?
They were like, if you watch the first movie and stuff, like he goes to boot camp, meets her and stuff.
Dude, boot camp is like it's like 3 months.
Yeah, I don't think they spent much time together in that boot camp.
I think they did, because it was like a specially opted out camp where it was her like entirely.
That was the first girl that showed him
Maybe.
any kind of, and he's like, hey.
Yeah.
Like he got a boner and was like, oh, that's my first one, and I love you. I think
that could very well be true.
And then like he what's his granddaughter? And like
It wasn't his granddaughter.
it's her granddaughter.
it's her niece.
Her niece.
Yeah.
Is it niece or grand?
It's niece.
Okay.
Sharon Carter.
It's her niece. She calls her
Keeping the family,
Aunt Peggy.
Keeping the family. Let's do it. Go, Chris Evans.
Moving on from Chris Evans, it was also announced that Deadpool is officially been rated R. This is, I think, great news for everybody that is a Deadpool fan.
Yes.
Because everybody was very, very afraid from it moving from Fox into Disney that it would be PG or something or whatever, and like Mickey Mouse would be there. I think this is really good news. What are some other Marvel projects that you would like to also be rated R?
I mean, if they could do like Moon Knight as rated
Yeah.
R, I think Punisher, if they do bring
Punisher.
him back, Punisher would be great.
I think most notably right now, Blade.
Yeah, Blade would work.
Because I think
There's a horror element. You're going to have to show blood and all this stuff. I mean,
Wasn't
even if
the
there's
first
no
one
cussing,
also rated R.
I believe so. I think the first two.
Yeah, it sounds
I think
right.
once Trinity went PG-13.
It just ruined everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was rated R. Your headphone is upside down as well, my guy.
It's upside down.
Your cord is coming out of your thing. It's like it's flipped. No, yeah, just turn it around.
Staying on topic.
yeah. Sorry, it was just bothering me because I'm looking right at it. Yeah, so I would love to see Moon Knight. I think that would be really cool. And in fact, this could let Disney move into like a whole more adult themed Disney Plus, where where then parents could Disney After Dark, something like that.
Well, I mean, they got all those movies from Fox, and a lot of them haven't made it over. Like, you could now have like R-rated movies and stuff on like a Disney for adults or something like that.
I mean, that's basically what Hulu is.
Yeah, that's
true. I mean,
I don't know. I think it could make challenging though having Deadpool team up with some people. Like, everyone would love to see him team up with Spider-Man, but I don't know if they're going to allow Spider-Man to be in a rated R movie.
Do it.
Well, yeah, I'd say do it. Of course they'd do it. But like, it's Disney, man. They make a ton of money off Spider-Man.
They do. And every day I get a little bit closer to like full chub off of part 3 coming out. I'm just like, I just wake up and I'm like, oh, we're close. We're almost there.
Read today, Daredevil, his scenes he finished shooting today.
Charlie Cox, which is really cool. They also mentioned that they are not done with all of those characters. So they didn't say the actors, but they said the character. I know that like a lot of people are pushing for Kristen Ritter to come back as Jessica Jones, and I'm fine with her. I'm fine with Michael Coulter. But if you get Finn Jones stink anywhere near Iron Fist again, man, I will go right at Marvel. It's awful.
And do what?
Just me. I don't like this. It'd be awful. Moving on from Deadpool, it was also here recently noted that Ethan Hawke was going to be joining Moon Knight. I'm sure a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, Ethan Hawke, he's an A-list actor."
Is he?
He was. He's been Oscar nominated.
But I don't think that makes you an A-list actor. I think you have to have
exactly what that means.
Nah, hey, there's a lot of people that have like been nominated for Oscars and stuff like that are not A-list. Nicolas Cage won an Oscar. I don't think he's an A-list.
He is A-list.
I think
He's also on the B list.
I think if it's a recognizable name,
Yeah.
that puts you on the A list.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's a lot of people recognizable names.
Okay, and then they're A-list.
There's a lot of A list.
So
Samuel Jackson's A-list.
I understand that. Schneider, you said earlier, is A-list.
Who?
Whatever Schneider we were talking about.
You can't even come up with his name right now. That makes him not an A-list actor.
I don't know who he's talking about. Who are you talking about? Who the hell's Schneider?
Okay, first of all, I'm awful with names. So I don't want to hear this stuff.
I'm so confused what your point is right now.
Rob Schneider.
He's not A-list. I agree.
But he's recognizable name.
Are you comparing?
I'm just saying he's got more probably movies he starred in than some of the people you already.
Are
named.
you comparing Rob Schneider to Ethan Hawke right now and saying that like Rob Schneider is more popular? You are a crazy person.
Oh, I bet. I'd like to see their box office numbers. I bet you Rob Schneider's up there.
Ethan Hawke is definitely more
acclaimed.
He's definitely
acclaimed.
closer
I'll give you that.
to A-list.
He's acclaimed.
Maybe that's what the A and
do you
stands for.
Do you like Ethan Hawke?
No.
He's about to tell you why.
Before the hypocrite and all that stuff, his movies. Do you like?
I like Training Day,
which is a Denzel movie.
That's fine. But
he's still irreplaceable in that movie. He is nothing in that movie.
Wow,
He's completely.
whoa,
I'm not an Ethan Hawke fan. I'm not a fan. I think.
God, did you have sex with like your girlfriend? What
No,
happened?
you were mad about it.
He's
and
so
he
angry.
really
I'm
just come in
because this guy's famous, and I don't think he's special at all.
Hey,
I don't think he's special.
Let's bring it down.
Nah, I'm gonna kill Ethan Hawke.
I fucking hate Ethan Hawke.
And now we're on the FBI watch list. That's great.
But I bet
listen to us. That's amazing.
I bet we're allowed to be played in North Korea again. So.
So I, for other reasons, don't like Ethan Hawke. Besides,
why don't you like?
3 years ago, Ethan Hawke came out and said that comic movies are overrated, and he didn't believe that they were real filmmaking, which it drew the ire of a lot of fans. And
Andrew,
yeah, well, no, I mean, like on Twitter, a lot of articles were like written about it and stuff. Whatever. He's since tried to like walk it back a little bit to explain it to where what he's trying to say now is he blames comic book films for the death of the indie film, basically. Whatever he was saying that now that those are so successful that studios only want to make those. But to me, he should be thanking comic movies because there wouldn't be any studios without comic movies right now because those are the only ones that are actually making money, whatever. And not all of us want to go see the sad transgender clown movies that like him and like Matthew McConaughey are in, where they're part drug addicts and their kids can't buy shoes. Like I'm sure it's a great acting piece and it's a really great story, but.
Nobody cares.
To me, movies are first and foremost about entertainment. I think that their entire creation is for people to go and watch and unwind and have fun. And I understand that some people like their fun is different than mine. That's it's what it is. But I think secondly, then they can be art. First to me, it has to be like entertainment. I mean, like your film has to be compelling for other reasons. It can't just be like a sad European French film or whatever. I don't know.
But I think the difference there is that mindset is more the mindset of a studio or the higher ups. It's for entertainment. We're trying to make money. We want people to be entertained, so they pay more money for it. Where the people that are actually creating the movie, the directors, the screenwriters, the editors, the actors, everybody that's involved in the actual creation, I think they look at it in the reverse. To them, it's art.
No, sure.
And then it's for entertainment second.
But it's like he was putting his films in the art side.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just...
Because he did Daybreakers, which is this amazing vampire film.
No, I think if you're going to come out and say that comic book movies are trash and
they shouldn't
be a thing, then I don't think you should be cast in comic book movies anymore. So.
I hate it because when you go to bat for comic movies and then something like Wonder Woman 84 comes out, you're like, oh, this isn't art at all. But then something like, I guess, you could say Joker, which I wasn't a huge fan of, whatever, but like that, like Dark Knight, like there's a lot of pretty good comic book movies, I think, in general, that people have gotten behind.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Logan, but a lot of people
Really liked it.
That was actually the article I read about Ethan Hawke.
Yes.
That was the movie he was quoted talking about.
Because
was
his
like,
friend,
maybe I have something in common with Ethan Hawke. We don't think Logan's really
but you
good.
hate that guy. So.
his friend was like, "Yo, man, go see Logan. It's really good."
Yeah.
And then he went and saw it and was like, I mean, it's good for a comic book movie. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's still about a guy in like spandex and claws, just like a full, I was smelling my ass earlier. Just like, so I think it's really funny that 3 years later that now he can't get a job. He's getting all that Marvel money.
He spent too much time filming that Boyhood movie that took like 12 years to
15
make.
years. Didn't even get the Oscar. So now he's joining Moon Knight, which fucking makes me mad because it's like
That's your boy.
It's your favorite.
It's my favorite thing, and of course, it has to have something in it. This is like Baby Driver all over again with fucking Kevin Spacey stink on it. I'm like it's so fucking good, but I can never watch it again because this fucking douchebag's in it. Just it's the worst. Do y'all think that? So because it's not just him. It's also like in Martin Scorsese. He was talking trash about him, and there was another director who's also old that was talking trash about like comic movies and stuff, whatever. I can't remember the
Alfred Hitchcock.
I did hear him say something.
He did. He was like, "Fuck them comic book movies."
So speaking of Marvel, WandaVision dropped on Friday, and we were kind of like checking it out, and it was pretty bingey. Is this something that y'all will binge, or do you think you'll just like?
I don't think you can binge.
Though. I have a question.
Okay.
Before we start on that, I want your input on the first 2 episodes. Like, I want a rating from you because you and I have not talked about this, and I heard an earful from Chase. He and I disagreed about this pretty.
So hold on.
Pretty hardcore. So I want to hear. No. I want to hear your rating before you try to guess where we're at.
I can already guess. Chase hates it, and you like it.
Fine, Andrew. Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
Where are you at?
I liked it because I actually like things. I don't just need action all the time.
You hate everything.
It's not action. This is hold on. It's not because no action stuff. It's just like they're doing the sitcom thing. That's fine. Problem is, I don't like those kind of sitcoms. I don't like Dreamy Jeannie and Dick Van Dyke. I think those are just awful and boring.
Whoa.
Okay. Hey, that's just me.
They're the foundation for everything that you watch every day.
I understand.
You don't get
times have changed. Comedy and stuff has changed. Like everything's changed. And I understand they're doing this, like, I guess, an homage and stuff. But I don't like how it was just that. We still have no clue what's going on. And
that's what's fun.
No.
It's a mystery.
I need something. I need something.
Pay attention. There's so many Easter eggs.
They say Stark and they have sword and stuff. I need more than whatever that is.
But he loved Lost, and he said it was
Lost
different.
at least gave you some. Lost were like, hey, okay, the show's gonna be about this guy that got trapped on an island.
Even at the end of Lost, you didn't have answers.
Oh, it did. Oh, well, what the hell does Penny's boat mean? I don't know. It was a drop
I'm
plot line.
talking about. It's one thing to have a cliffhanger or something like that, or have something. I'm talking about like this show gave me nothing.
It did.
It gave you great acting.
Oh yeah, I would say the acting was great. I love Catherine. She was awesome.
Who?
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn?
Yeah,
she's the neighbor.
Oh, okay, yeah. I always get her confused with like Anna Gasteyer from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I did too. I
don't know why their faces look like similar to me.
They
or whatever.
don't.
I will put them on the screen here later.
Catherine Hahn is significantly more attractive.
She is, but it looks like a before and like an after. Even though I've already seen like Anna Gasteyer before, No, I agree. I loved the entire aesthetic. I loved how each episode had their own new like theme and stuff, whatever going on. So it was a clear you're going from the 50s into like the 60s. I love it felt almost like a 3-camera style show, which you don't really get anymore. I loved all of her powers were like bewitched. It was all like camera tricks and stuff, whatever. How you could see things on wires, like all that was great. And then I loved all the little bitty cues that were in there. Every time that like something, it looked as if the people who are trapped, I'm assuming, in this reality, their mentals were coming back, and all of a sudden it was them being real and like trying to like break through that, asking them for help. I like all that. It gives it like a Stepford Wives, Twilight Zone feel to it. I agree. It's it wasn't exciting, but I
don't get excited,
I
but
like
it wasn't,
that.
I wasn't even intrigued or anything. Like, I think Disney actually dropped the ball with this part of, they should have released the whole season.
Yeah,
Or at
I think
least,
it's fine.
I think because it's getting to the point, like, I'm not, like, I was really looking forward to watch. I was like, woke up Friday morning, I'm like getting Chinese food, watching the show, all excited. And now I'm not even looking forward to next week. Hopefully, I mean, I will watch it.
Does that mean I can watch it without you? Because I won't wait for you to get home. I'll watch it without you.
Okay, but I'm watching The Boys. I'm finishing that up without you.
You haven't finished The Boys still.
He stopped even asking. Which we were watching it, and then he stopped asking
all
me.
the time.
No, we watched like 6 episodes.
He stopped trying,
and then he stopped wanting to watch
basically,
it.
he's the equivalent of a dog that tried to get like on the couch a certain amount of times, and you kept hitting him.
No,
And now
it
he's
would
just
be
like,
like
he's just fucking. I'm not trying to
it
on the
would
couch
be
anymore.
like a dog that was asking for a treat. And you told the dog no a couple times, wait for it. And then you said, okay, get it. And the dog like nibbled on it. And then I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm done.
What is
I'm
as good
just
as I
saying-
thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more from this. I want to know what the show's about, and I still have no clue.
Okay, so
It's about Wanda Maximoff.
let's get into spoilers and what we think it's
Okay.
about. I think she is being held by Hydra in some kind of capacity, and she's in some kind of like comatose state that I'm assuming she might have done to herself. Hold on here.
See, I don't think she's being held at all.
I think she did it to herself. I don't think she's being held.
Yeah, I don't think she's being held
Okay.
at all. I think she's created her own little world and her own little bubble. And I think she's controlling everything.
Okay, so the reason why I think Hydra's involved is because one of the commercials
Yes, that's all.
has like Von Strucker, and like
The
it's
watch or
it's a
something
watch,
like that.
right? So, and I know that he is the villain here, and so I have a feeling
Is
that
he?
I assume
He's
now.
dead.
Mm-mm.
He died in
No, he's not. Is he?
he
Dead?
died in Age of Ultron. Now, Strucker was the one who helped give her
Yeah,
her power.
That's true. Who am I thinking of? Like
Now-
Baron Zemo?
Yeah, Baron Zemo.
That's something.
Yes.
That's also, he's supposed to be like the villain in Captain America
yeah.
or whatever, Falcon.
So from what I've read, because you guys know I'm not a comic book reader. So I've had to do a little bit more research on some of the Easter eggs because I didn't pick up on them as easily as you guys did. To me and to I think the mass public, I guess, I don't know, they kind of look at the first commercial was the Stark toaster.
Yeah,
And then the
which is
second
great.
one, yeah.
Patty laughed so hard
This-
at the like guy saying, "Are you tired of your wife taking too long to make your breakfast?" This is fucking great.
And then the second one being the
Watch.
the watch,
Yeah.
the Von Strucker. Those, if you really sit back and look at them, those are the two men that made her who she is.
Oh, okay.
Because she was on a mission for revenge for Stark for so long. She met Von Strucker. He either awakened her powers or gave her powers with the with Loki's scepter.
Yeah.
The Soul Gem, wasn't it?
No, it was the space gem.
Space Gem.
Yeah. And
No.
then Stark welcomed her back
Soul.
into.
No, it was the
soul was
like,
in this-
Tesseract. I thought, wasn't it?
No, it was the Scepter.
It was a scepter that he had.
That was the soul.
That's why her powers and Vision's powers are like
That's why
Huh.
she could destroy it, because she had the power. from
they're
it.
on the same like wavelength or whatever. Because her powers came from.
That's good,
writing, right?
That's good writing right there.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff.
Anyways, I thought those spoke more to her past than her future.
Okay. I know that her friend who is the black chick, she's also somebody.
Yeah, Chase forgot about that, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to ruin it for him.
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
Geraldine
Okay.
was the character's name. That's how she introduced herself.
Yes.
But she had to stop and think about that.
Yes. So that, I mean, like, so there's that.
I think I know who it is. But
There's the instance of the radio cracking through and a
Do you
person
know
talking.
who that is?
I don't know the actor who plays it.
The voice
The voice.
speaking.
The radio?
Yeah.
Is it Jeremy Renner? I don't know.
No, it is Randall Park,
Asian Jim.
Oh, okay.
who played
yeah, he's
Jimmy Woo and Ant-Man
yeah,
and
he's
Wasp.
in Shield. Yeah. Weird. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot. See, you cannot tell me that you are not intrigued.
I know, yeah.
Chase,
I'm a little bit
because
intrigued, but like
every
what I was
time
watching
we
was
pick up
boring.
more things.
It's because
you're
it's
like,
Marvel.
hang
If it
on.
wasn't Marvel, I probably would have stopped.
Okay.
And like, or at least I would have been like, I don't need to see next week. I would be like, I'll wait till all the show's over, then watch them all.
Well, I'm gonna watch them without you.
I don't know. I liked it. I liked the appeal and everything. The neighbor's really funny.
Yeah, she's great.
She's really good. I like Paul Bettany is good or whatever.
Question real quick: do you think Vision's alive?
No.
No.
Okay, so she's imagining.
Yeah.
creating-
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Elizabeth Olsen is great. I think whatever. If you haven't seen Wind River, you should definitely watch Wind River.
Not really.
This is like a little side tangent. It came out in 2017. It's a
Not
movie.
on our podcast.
We should just change the name, just like fucking Geek Tangents. And it stars her and Jeremy Renner. And she is, I don't know if she's in like the FBI or something, but she's like an agent of sorts. He is an officer that works near a like Native American reservation. There's like a really brutal murder, and so he's trying to like solve it, whatever. And so, but it's super intense.
Who's this?
Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. It came out like right after like it was in like 2016 or 17 or something. Or whatever.
17.
It's great. It was one of my favorite films of that year. It's super intense. The acting's amazing. And if you like crime noir style detective work and just like that really gritty feel, it's awesome. So Chase doesn't want to binge this, which leads me to ask. Actually, it does lead me to ask.
Hold on.
What
Okay.
are you saying?
I'm stuck in
I have a question.
in a loop here.
Did
Okay.
you accidentally swallow some gums?
Guys, I got day drunk today, and I'm still trying to figure
His
out.
football team had a hard loss.
God,
Let's cut him some
And then I
slack.
ate a pound of Chinese food, and so I am barely here.
Real quick, binging. Since we're about to talk about binging and stuff, what is like the definition? Like, you don't binge this show because you're watching one episode a week. So that's not binging.
But I, like with Mandalorian, saved it up. to
Okay,
binge.
that's fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, but speaking of binging, which is what got us here, there's been a show that we have been really, really into over the past couple months, I guess, or whatever. And it's Cobra Kai. Which it came out on YouTube some years ago, and I was like, this fucking looks stupid.
Actually, I thought I was like, I'd probably watch that, but I don't subscribe to YouTube. Or
Right?
anything,
Yeah.
so.
But then everybody that I knew I was like, hey man, you're like, you know what, dude? It's not bad. It's not bad actually. I was like, dude, shut up. It's YouTube. YouTube is trash. This is awful. Yeah. And then it got to Netflix, and I was like, and then begrudgingly, I was bored one day. I was like, all right, I'll watch this shit.
Yeah.
And it hooked me so hard. From like the opening scene of them like back at the karate championship arena and stuff, and you hear the that classic music or whatever, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm there.
Sweep the leg.
And just like, no mercy, get it, Johnny. And I was just like, oh, this is great. And then to go from that into like Zabka almost being like Bad Santa-ish or whatever, just like this like down on his luck loser asshole.
Just still living in the past.
Yeah, and literally living in the past because he doesn't understand how anything works for some reason. Like he grew up in the 80s, and he doesn't know how like Facebook works. Like, what the hell is wrong? My grandmother worked Facebook. Like, how does this guy know how to work Facebook? But I mean,
Wait, does your grandma follow us on Facebook?
My grandmother's dead, so she does not follow us on Facebook. But thanks for ripping that Band-Aid off.
You said she was on Facebook.
She was. She's not. She's not anymore.
You can cut that part.
So he so that's like the one kind of annoying thing in the show for me, whatever, is that like, he just doesn't understand technology, which doesn't make anything, but I get what they're doing.
But so it's so funny. Like when he buys the laptop, and I'm like, you said it was wireless. He's like, you have to plug it in, man. So I'm like, he has no clue how anything.
So
it reminds me of myself. Really.
Yeah, he is Chase Ogilvy.
So okay, for anybody who doesn't know what Cobra Kai is, it's amazing. But it's so back in 1984.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a movie called Karate Kid starring Ralph Macchio and
the poet William
Zabka and
Pat
Morita, who actually got like a nomination for Best Actor. And it's a film about this kid from Jersey who moves to California because I
his
forget,
parents were poor.
His parents, like,
or his mom was,
And he starts going to this school, whatever, and he likes this girl, and he gets into a fight, and it's kind of like a hothead, and he gets beat up, and then his super, who is Pat Morita, teaches him karate, and it's just this movie about him trying to like learn self-respect and how to like conquer his own anger and stuff while falling in love, and he fights with like bullies and stuff, whatever.
Were they?
That's another thing. And so this spawns 2 sequels. We are not including Hilary Swank. We're not including.
She's coming back, man.
Jaden Smith. But so some years ago, they decided to do an actual sequel of them being older now, and they're I guess like 50s.
What's 84? They were like 16.
No,
17.
Ralph Macchio was like 24.
I'm saying like, oh, you mean the actors?
Yeah.
The actors are probably in the 50s,
right? Yeah. So it's them now, and now Daniel LaRusso is this well-off like car salesman, but poor Johnny is he's poor and he's like he's down on his luck still, whatever.
Does odd jobs.
Yeah, and he's kind of taken the role of Mr. Miyagi, where now he works kind of like at this place as a handyman and stuff, whatever. Kind of, yeah.
No, he just lives there.
Well, no, but he's like a handyman though as well.
Not at the place though.
But we have to start. Will you stop?
I'm just saying,
Jesus Christ! I'm just pointing that there are some similarities.
Nothing between Pat Morita and Johnny in the whole show.
You're wrong.
There's nothing.
Oh my God! No, he's the older karate master who lives there. He finds the kid who gets his ass kicked, who also lives in the fucking building, and he starts training him karate.
Okay, it has nothing to do with his job,
but that's the exact parallel, though.
Okay, that part is he's not a handyman. He doesn't do any of that. He literally sees an opportunity. He asks his stepdad for money. He gets a little money, opens up the dojo.
But before that, he's a handyman because he's like hanging like a fucking TV and stuff. Calls the a chick a bitch.
Place, though.
Oh my God. I don't know how Allison lives with you. You're so infuriating.
Not easily.
So, but what's great about it is it's so cheesy and it's so terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's terrible. It's not shot well. It looks ugly as fuck.
It was YouTube.
The acting is only good from like Zabka. Like Ralph Macchio's terrible, but like he's.
I think he's just being Ralph
yeah,
Macchio.
Yeah. But like Zabka's.
His wife's good. I like his wife.
It feels like the OC.
I didn't watch the OC.
Okay, yeah. So it feels like that, except with like karate, and so I watched the first season. I'm like, wow, this is oddly addicting. I don't know why it's addicting, but like every time that they brought up some kind of like factor from the old with the scene, a sound or something, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It would just make me think. And it was great.
They do a really good job.
It's like a member bear.
They introduce you to a character and like he'll be a good guy, and then he kind of switches to be the bad guy, and then he switches back. And all the characters that it happens to, switch almost back and forth to being good guys and bad guys, all throughout the entire 3 seasons. So it's like has this nice play they do with it and stuff.
Yeah, so it always has that feel like Ready Player One, which it's weird that didn't hook me, where it throws so much like look at that at you or whatever, that it's trying to trick you that like it is good. But it's done so much better that like, because it's more direct in terms of what like I care about, I guess, or something that like, I watch and I go, oh, that was a girl in part 2. Oh, that's amazing.
I forgot about that kind of.
Yeah. So all that's really great. So in the first season, basically Cobra Kai and like Zabka is trying to like turn it around, but him and Ralph Macchio just like, can't get along. And then eventually John Kreese comes back or whatever at the very end. And so he's kind of like, teaching them to be better, but they're still kind of assholes or whatever and stuff.
Well, you get to see kind of both their styles. It's like, Zabka's all about hit first, show no mercy.
Yeah.
And Ralph Macchio is all about almost play defense.
Being a pussy, yeah.
And stuff like that. So they start doing that, and then Kreese, of course, comes in, and he just takes it to another level of punishment.
And Zabka's kid, Robbie, who is the worst. I hate Robbie with every amount that I'm allowed to hate a person on like television. He's just awful because like he takes no responsibility for like his own actions, and he blames her. So at the end of the
come on. His parents are awful though.
But his dad's trying, man.
Now.
And his mom's trying.
Now.
Yeah, but they're trying.
So he went 17 years without parents trying.
Oh no, boo-hoo. But at least they're trying now. Jesus, grow up,
She's not
Robbie.
even really. She's trying for herself.
She's in rehab.
Yeah, that's not for him. That's for her.
But at the end of season 2, spoiler alert, there's a huge school fight, which is so ridiculous in the best way that this idea. Okay, I'm sorry. If there's a bunch of like 15-year-olds doing karate, I'm knocking kids out left and right. Like I don't care. Like these kids are like 12 and they weigh 100 pounds and they're like, oh no, run and get the cops. I would have come in throwing like.
If you're a teacher,
hell yeah. I mean, so anyway, so at one point, Robbie is fighting with Miguel, who is a person that was kind of.
He's on the Cobra Kai side.
Yeah, he's kind of like the new Ralph Macchio, Daniel LaRusso character at the beginning. Yeah, except he's on Cobra Kai's side, and they're fighting, and he's about to like take out Robbie. He's like, but then he's like, you know what? That's not who I am.
I'm going to show mercy.
That's not me. And he shows mercy, turns his back, and Robbie kicks him off a fucking balcony. And he falls and like almost dies, right? And so most of season 3 is him trying to get back to like walking and stuff, whatever. He's almost paralyzed. Okay, so Robbie runs because he's a bitch, right? And he runs. And
he almost just killed somebody.
He almost just murdered somebody, all right? And so eventually he goes to see his mom in rehab, and Daniel LaRusso and Zabka, Johnny Lawrence, I think is his name.
Johnny.
Yeah. Both of them are there and trying to like talk him down or whatever.
Johnny's not there.
It's not Johnny, sure?
No, Johnny's not there.
So Daniel calls the cops, and Robbie's like, I can't believe you did this to me, man. And he goes, right? He goes in there, he gets jumped in like, a prison or whatever, right? He comes outside, both of them are outside, and it's just like, I don't need you guys, whatever, right? And then like he blames Daniel LaRusso for him being in there. I'm like, dude, you almost murdered somebody. Take some fucking responsibility for your own actions, you little piece of shit. Like so I hope he gets his ass whooped in the next season. I'm hoping.
I loved he was fighting the dude in jail all throughout stuff, and like finally like they get kind of sent to the principal's office or the warden's office, and they come out of the office and they're like, I ain't no snitch. I ain't no snitch either. And then like, okay, we're friends now.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Can I just say the two of you talking about this show sounds like me talking about Velocipaster.
Okay, so my favorite thing about the show is the fact that karate is so popular in this one little town in like California that like it's so much so that the cops can't supersede it. The town council can't stop it or whatever. It just has to happen or whatever. It's so funny. Like the kids go and they're like, well, actually karate's given us a lot of confidence. And it's really great. It's like, no, it's turned on into trained killers who are trying to murder each other in the schools. You fucking psychopaths. Let's shut down the karate. Let's do that. Yeah, it's great.
I love they all like learn karate though, like super quick. Like the kid Hawk. Like literally, he's like he takes a couple of lessons, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, I got a mohawk now. I got a tattoo of a hawk on my back. I'm 16 years old, and I'm like this super badass karate guy.
Yeah, but then like I think the third season, man, like him and his friend are back at it, dude, and now they're doing like kung fu stuff together. Yeah. So now fourth season, I think Cobra Kai is going to be like super duper evil. Unfortunately,
to bring dude back, I love it.
Unfortunately, fucking Robbie's going to come back. He's going to join their like Eagle Fang fucking Miyagi-Do side.
I don't know if he'll do that.
I hope not.
See, I want
him to get beat so bad.
See, like, so this season 3 had a lot to do with Karate Kid Part 2. He goes back to Okinawa and stuff. Season 3 is going to be, or season 4 is going to be a lot about Karate Kid Part 3,
which is when
they bring back Silver, who is like Kreese's friend
from like War,
which I thought was really cool. How you got to see a little bit of his past.
He was so excited about him.
Yeah, I loved him in Part 3. He was awesome. And then they might bring back the other guy.
Your favorite character on the entire show? I don't believe you at all.
Hawk is. I like Hawk.
Really?
Hawk is hilarious.
So this show, it was very binge worthy for us.
Yes, very binge.
So speaking of binge worthy things, what makes a good binge-worthy show? Like what makes it really good TV?
Good TV to binge. I think big thing in Cobra Kai had this. Mandalorian has it too. Kind of is they're not really long. They're like 30 minutes. I mean, you can kind of go through them. You're getting the story and you're going through them. Compared to like, I love the show Sherlock, but it's an hour and a half an episode. It's hard to.
It's only like 3 episodes though.
I mean, but if you watch, that's still 4.5 hours of, and you're only seeing 3 episodes though.
But to me, that's also not a good binge show because it's not. Each episode is not so intertwined. that
Yeah,
it's almost like an individual movie each
not
time.
each
whatever.
one, but like they do have some that are connected.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
but
so
it's-
to me, that one's not a good binge show either.
no, yeah, I don't think it is. But I think like having the 30 minutes about an episode makes sure. That's why a lot of sitcoms are binge worthy and stuff like that.
See, okay. So I disagree with that statement because I think that, a person might think, oh, I can binge The Office or whatever, right? But to me, that's not binging. Turning on The Office and playing on your phone while it's
No,
on
I'm
the
not saying
room.
that. You could sit there though and like. In fact, The Office is a show I think you have to binge, especially in the beginning.
See, I don't.
In the very beginning, that first season, you have to like if you just watch an episode or two, you're not going to go back. You have to fight through that
I don't
first
know.
season.
I think I mean like The Office, even Scrubs, even Parks and Rec. I mean, all those shows are very popular, but I don't think that they are binge worthy like a show like Mandalorian or like Cobra Kai or like like a Tiger King. I think that at least to me, I think it needs to have a nice fast pace. And it needs to be exciting. It needs to be engaging with you as you watch it, where you get in very invested as you're watching, so that when it ends, you're like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? I remember when I first started watching Stranger Things, I turned it on at like midnight, and for one, it had D&D in the very beginning. I was like, oh my god, D&D's in this. This is amazing. But it also had every kind of like aesthetic that I liked, which is like that '80s John Carpenter feel to it, very like 80s small town invasion, like the Body Snatchers, E.T. and stuff, whatever. So, and then it had like, that like horror element as well. So it immediately kind of hooked me. And then the like kid getting yanked and stuff, whatever. And then every episode kind of ended almost like a cliffhanger a little bit. And it just kept me wanting to hit like, keep watching, whatever. It has to be stories that you, hold on. I can't read this. Oh no.
Oh no!
Y'all talk real quick. I got to read this.
What's the last show
okay.
you binge watched, Allie?
So we've talked about Bridgerton. I thoroughly loved that one. To me, I agree with what Andrew is saying about how a show should be exciting and fast paced and stuff like that. But I don't think you necessarily have to feel like a connection or feel like you have to be involved with the plot as much. It helps, and that's something that can make a show binge worthy.
Okay.
But I think even if you just feel that connection with the characters, that's enough. Because I binge watched, like, when it took me years to sit down and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Years. And when I finally did, it wasn't like when I turn on The Office now or Friends or whatever, a show that I've seen 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sitting on a couch and playing on my phone and I'm not paying attention. No, when I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine for the first time, my phone was away. I'm watching the show.
Yeah.
And that's not one that consistently has a running storyline, but you build, so-and-so, like, quote unquote, relationships with the characters that I just want to see them in more things. I just want to do more stuff with them. It's a great ensemble cast, and I just wanted more. So it wasn't so much about following the plot as it was, I just want more of the characters. They're funny. They have great chemistry. I want more of that.
That kind of leads into my second note that like I can finally read. The story, it hits hard, but it doesn't last. So it's something that can like draw you in, but then after like a couple months of like watching it and like, you have to like kind of like think like what the hell is it like even about actually, whatever, that like, so it doesn't have, so like to me, something bingey is almost like a clickbait. It's like, it's something very, very grabby. And the story sounds insane and very compelling and everything, whatever. But then once you're done with the show, it just kind of like, fades away. You're just like, okay. Like House of Dawn, like Haunting Hill, whatever. It was like every episode was very intense. It's super scary. It's all linked together. It's going on or whatever and stuff. But then once it was done, I was like, okay.
I mean, that's how I felt about Russian Doll. Like it had kind of a little cliffhanger thing, and when I kept like 4 times I wanted to stop watching it, but like something would happen at the end. I was like, okay.
Or like Queen's Gambit. It was like that or whatever. It was linked very, very well together. Where every time it ended, it would slow you down a little bit and then ramp up the last like 10 minutes where it got like really like interesting again. And then you'd be like, oh man, like what happens next? I need to know whatever. And then like you're done with it all and you're like, it was about chess. Okay, cool. I guess so whatever. I don't know. So like I think that the story doesn't have to be like this very well, like The Crown or somewhere. It's this very well thought out acting, and it's all methodical, and every episode is this is
See,
this.
I binged that show though.
Yeah,
love it.
But I think that like that Game of Thrones or whatever, I think that those stories are very huge.
See, I don't think Game of Thrones is binge worthy.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that like that's a very methodical story, and so it's to me it's not as bingey or whatever. So I think like a really cheap plot line is also kind of helpful and everything as well.
I mean, like I think Grey's Anatomy is actually binge worthy. I think you can watch that over, and like it has like usually a continuing story, new cases, the characters you really enjoy, and you want to see what happens next. Especially certain season stuff, you can fly right through it. But like I don't know, there's certain shows it doesn't work like you're saying. I understand what you're saying about Scrubs, but like I don't know, back in the day, like I didn't have Netflix and like we didn't have streaming how it was. So like you bought a season of something and you sat there and you watched it. We didn't have phones that you played with. Like you watched what you bought and stuff like that. I mean,
back in my day, we had
to
get up and hit play on the machine and everything.
You still do because Chase leaves the remote on the TV.
And then you have to rewind it and put it back on the shelf.
But I would say like the first thing I don't even know if you can even consider it binging, but like when I was like in high school, like there was like an 8-hour block a day of Saved by the Bell on between the day, and I would watch all 8 hours. Like I'm serious. Like I would get home from school at like 3:00 and like till 9. There's like Saved by the Bell was on somewhere.
Why would you watch that much Saved by the Bell?
I don't know. I also like.
Why would you go to school and then come home and want to watch more school?
Because Zach Morris and AC Slater were like shit. No, I love the show. I don't know why it's not the greatest show.
Ridiculous.
And like I could tell you what episode was coming on next before like. Just I had them all memorized and everything.
My last point is I think it has to be kind of flashy as well. I think so. Like I think it needs to be kind of like not like effects driven, but I think it needs to have some good like flash appeal
it's
to it.
It's got to have a gimmick.
Yeah. So like I wrote down like Stranger Things, which had a lot of flashy like
it's a
appeal
nostalgia
to it.
80s.
The House on Haunted Hill had like a lot of like really cool things going on with it. Mandalorian has a lot of like that, like Star Wars, like look at this, or whatever, especially in season 2. Season 2 is very flashy.
Do you think more shows are binge worthy than non-shows?
I think Netflix specifically makes their shows built around the idea of it being binged.
Would you consider Supernatural binge worthy?
No, I don't know. If the episodes were only
there's too many filler episodes.
Yeah, it's because for one, there's like 22 episodes.
Yeah,
which to me like a good binge shows around like 8 or 10 episodes where I can watch it all in like 2 days. I'm like bam, bam, and I'm done with it. Supernatural is going to take me like
you're such a slacker.
2 weeks
I'm
or something.
Dedicated. All right, we're binging all of it.
It's 5 in the morning. Alex, come to bed.
Shut up. Seasons.
Yeah. 2 months of your life watching.
The Boys is also binge worthy, I think, as well. It has a lot of things that I'm talking about. It's very flashy. It's paced very fast. It's very exciting, and the story is not super deep, and so it's very like, okay, these guys are doing this. This is how we're going to stop them, and it doesn't go heavier into that or whatever. And then it has a lot of like really fun character stuff or whatever, and it makes you want to like watch over and over and over again. Do you have any other shows?
Does that matter?
What
if you can rewatch when it comes to binging?
No.
Yeah. I think most like shows. Like I like Lost, and you can binge Lost. But you will not re-binge Lost. Once you saw it, that was it. Okay, but like I mean, I literally I bought the seasons, and I got like a great deal, like at Best Buy, because at the time, like I didn't have Netflix or anything like that, and I was buying the seasons, and like I mean, all my like show was done, but I had only seen like the first 3 seasons, so like I rewatched them, and then I was like, next day, I was like. Best Buy bought 4th season. Like 2 days later, I was at Best Buy buying the like. I went right through those, and then I've never really watched it again since.
I bet your room is just like I
have so many DVDs and stuff.
It's like a Uncle Scrooge bank of just like useless DVDs everywhere. You're sitting there just like hopping around swimming
Andrew,
and stuff.
You know, we have like there's a third bedroom downstairs in our house, and the door's always closed.
Yeah,
that's where the DVDs are.
Slam the door closed. It's just like Transformer
it's just
DVDs
full
everywhere.
Of DVDs and books and Christmas decorations.
That's because he owns 4 copies of every movie that they've ever.
Every movie.
Oh my god! You had 3 Transformer movies.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
And I got you buy the VHS, you have to get the DVD, and then the Blu-ray comes out till you get that.
So, did you get the
I never had
the
the
4K
Laserdisc.
one?
No.
Well, it's coming.
I don't have a 4K thing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Is your Roku not 4K?
No, I mean I don't have like a player.
A
to play
player,
for.
yeah, that's true. You got to get the PS5.
Yeah.
If you can find one. Oh. Did y'all have any other shows that were that you would suggest that are bingey?
You guys would not like any of mine.
I'll go for it anyway.
Yeah.
I have binged like because I was trying to think of some, but because Bridgerton is fresh on my mind, I was thinking of other like period pieces because I went through a time where like I watched, I want to say like 5 or 6 of them back to back.
Okay.
I watched Versailles and Rain and Outlander, and I think there was another one, but I don't remember. And I just like through all.
What
of
about Handmaid's Tale? Is that binge worthy?
No, we had this conversation.
Yes, but the people have not had the conversation.
No, don't do it. It's miserable. It is.
You love the show, though.
Outstanding television.
Yeah.
It is fantastically written.
Oh.
The acting is great, but it is the most miserable television
Speaking
show.
of misery, we'll end on this really sad note. We watched
my God.
the Night Stalker, like documentary on Netflix.
How was that? I just saw the commercial for that.
If you want to be scared, you should watch Night Stalker. Like, I have never locked all of the doors in the house before. This fucking documentary, it made me want to go buy a gun. I was like,
Nope.
sweet,
Nope.
Jesus.
I'm surprised
Nope.
you would love to
Nope.
watch that. You
Oh,
love
God.
serial
Nope.
killer stuff.
Nope.
It
Too
so
real. It's too real, Chase.
I like didn't know a lot about the case, and everything, or whatever. He was a monster. Like, he was a monster. He was accredited, I think, with like 40 murders or something.
Nope.
And what was more frightening about him is he didn't have
He didn't have like an MO. Like he wasn't just going after girls or anything.
Most serial killers have like, like it's like blondes or college, brunettes. He would just randomly murder people, and so
That's what makes him harder to pin down. Don't you
Yes.
guys watch Criminal Minds?
Well, no.
He come up with a psychological profile.
But his thing, it was about so he would also he sexually assaulted like twice as many people as well, including children and the elderly, and he would like break into like the houses and stuff, whatever, and he would murder one of the people, and then man or woman, whoever was alive left, he would tie them up, whatever, rape them. In one case, he tore out one of his victims' eyeballs, and
Why are you telling us this?
I'm just, if you want to be frightened, watch Night Stalker. Like it was.
Did they ever catch him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's nuts is he had groupies. So once
they all do.
Once he got to court and stuff or whatever, he wore like sunglasses and his hair was all like done and stuff, and he had women sending him nudes and letters, and it was insane.
Dude, they all do.
But when he was finally outed, and the cops were hoping that his name wouldn't hit. It was in the papers, and so he was like walking around, and he saw his face in a paper, and then people started to like notice who he was, and so he's like running, and he like hopped on a bus or whatever, and a person hopped off the bus real quick because they knew who it was. That person flagged down a truck and was like, "Yo, follow that bus, the fucking Night Stalker's on that bus or whatever." And so then like everybody started to know who he was, and then he's running through like neighborhoods and stuff, and he's trying to like find a car and to get and everybody is slowly gathering in this neighborhood, and he starts to get his ass beat with like sticks and stuff, whatever. And eventually one of the cops comes down and arrests him, and they're trying to like get him like out of the fucking car and stuff, take him out right there and stuff, whatever. It was nuts, man. Like it was crazy. And then the trial lasted for like 3 years. And
Why does it last so long?
Well, they have to do every single account. So there's like 80 accounts or whatever, and then they have to try each of those if it's guilty or not or whatever, right? So the trial happens, and then also lawyers call for
Recess or something.
well, not just that, but like they'll try and get it pushed back and stuff or whatever. And so he was eventually threatened to death, but he was on death row for like 24 years, and he died of cancer. So just like super annoying.
Now you don't have to watch it because Andrew told you the whole
No,
thing.
if you like crime stuff,
No.
you will dig this. But be warned, it is very mature.
As far as they have they made a movie of this?
I was wondering also because, dude, so there's like two like really prominent cops who are involved in the case. One of them caught the Hillside Strangler, and so he was kind of like this famous cop in the area, or whatever. And the other guy was this young, bright-eyed new detective who was I think
the
he was
Ethan Hawke
Mexican,
of it.
but and so he was very go-getter, just super bright-eyed. And so the like famous cop went to him personally, was like, hey, well, would you want to start working this case with me or whatever, because he knew that he too would put in all the hours and stuff. And it just goes what
nothing.
Okay. And so everybody knew him as this like really like nice fun guy, but like it almost ruined his marriage because it went on from like it was like 130 days or something. It went from 95 until like 96, and eventually his wife was frightened because like their names and their pictures were used in the paper and stuff, and so he woke up one night and he thinks he's hearing stuff, whatever, and so he's going around with his gun, and so eventually his wife left and like took the kids and was like, I'll be back when this is over, and so she was gone, and so it's just nuts. But I think it's very prime to have like a J.K. Simmons in there, as like the older detective and stuff, whatever, So it's very very hard boiled. I think it could be done like really well. So if you like crime stuff, whatever, I think it's well worth your time, but be warned, it's graphic because they show a lot of the crime scene stuff, and like, I mean, when I say that, I mean like they literally put an X on the face and they show the entire murder, and so it is fucking graphic, and it's just like, oh my god. So it's not like ABC, like, oh, it's Dayline, and the guy when he was jerking off, it's like, oh, look, he jerked off, look at all the semen. It's like it's crazy.
And for more binge-worthy shows,
yeah. So.
But we like them to be fun and flashy
and murdery. Guys, y'all have anything else?
Ethan Hawke should be in the movie.
So
I don't know. You've broken my brain. I don't know.
Guys.
Guys.
Chris Evans, yes.
God, stop saying guys.
Guys. Chris Evans, yes. Deadpool, yay. Ethan Hawke, nay.
WandaVision, yay.
Cobra Kai,
double yay.
Yay. Double yay.
Binge-worthy shows. Check out House on Haunted Hills is amazing. Queen's Gambit.
Bridgerton. You guys should watch it. I'm just saying.
I really like The Boys. It's pretty dope. Whatever. It's really great. And guys, let us know.
Also, if you want other things to binge, scroll down and hit next video or whatever.
Yeah.
And just binge us.
Binge our stuff, you bastards. No, I'm kidding, guys.
We're not flashy.
Nothing flashy here, just a bunch of people talking.
At least we're not murdery.
Yeah, not yet. But if you don't subscribe.
Oh my god.
So I guess, why am I having such a problem ending this? This is so weird.
And next
do you want to talk more about murder? I don't know.
No, I threw myself for some reason talking about that. I'm so sorry. That was
all right.
Super.
Yourself. He's like, I don't want them to leave. I need them to stay here. Patty's already asleep.
I'm still drunk. Don't leave me. Yeah.
So next week's show, what are we going to be talking about, Drew?
I don't know, but what we will be talking about on the 31st is Geek Championship Wrestling, Royal Rumble, Dream Matches. If you love wrestling, it's going to be going down, man.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I believe will you have a special guest star?
We will.
On that episode?
Jamie from Nerdpool will be here to join us, and we also will have another special announcement for that episode.
And Allison from Into Geek will not be here.
No, she'll be here.
Allison does not.
Man,
do the wrestling
2021, she's gotten lazy. She's going to be 3 of the 4 episodes in January she's going to be a part of.
First of all, there's not room for me in this room currently, but let's add another person.
You are perfectly situated.
Second of all, what am I going to contribute to a
Hey, you know what?
show?
You were out of the corner, so you should be happy about that.
You just moved me to a different corner.
No. You were literally in a corner before, and now you're like kind of in the room a little bit.
I'm still in a corner.
You're near the door.
Nobody puts Allie in the corner. You're over here in the middle
Andrew
of the
does.
room.
He just moves me from corner to corner.
I mean, I'm in a corner, I guess.
I guess
More than you are.
Yeah. Gosh. All right, guys. Well, it was fun. Until next time.
See you.
Bye. Nothing.
Follow us on
Everybody want
social
to
media,
like
you know?
check us out on Facebook or something? You can.
Yes. On Facebook.
That is
and
your job.
on Instagram at Into Geek Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Into Geek. That's the number 2. Also, like and subscribe on YouTube.
That's the number 2.
I am so bad at this. It's ridiculous. All right, guys.
But it's fun. It's cool. It's great.
Let's end it again. Until next time.
Bye.
Hey, Big Ben. Hey, kids, look, there's Big Ben.